right here. So yeah, I will cherish this baby for life. I actually want to get it framed and put it up along with a bunch of photos that our photographer Ash took of us. Yes. So checking in, we were thrown immediately right into it. I mean, there was no time to waste. We met our chaperone, Audrey. We met our chaperone, Audrey, who was so sweet and became everyone's mom instantly. She was the best. Oh, Audrey. I have such fond memories of her. She gave such warm hugs, and every day she would just be genuinely like interested in how you were doing. Like, are you fine? And then if she'd always remember what you were struggling with like a few days before, and then she'd be like, did you manage? Ah, an angel. So we met her, and then we also met Mary, our show director, who was flown in from South Africa, and she's a tough cookie. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Wow. So we had fittings for our intro outfit. So we were wearing jeans and a white shirt and Converse. And then we also had fittings for bikinis that were sponsored by Michelle McLean. So we all needed to find one that fit and a comfortable way to wear it for show day. Then we fitted on our nightgowns because she wanted to see our designs and see everyone's idea of their gown. We actually got to design our own gowns. So I kept mine really simple and classic. I am such a sucker for classic silhouettes. So, and especially the mermaid silhouettes. And that's exactly what I did for my evening gown. I will plug in pictures, have no fear. I love that dress. I just want to find an excuse to wear it like in my life, because it's a beautiful dress with beautiful fluff at the bottom. Oh, it's really every girl's dream. Somebody get married so I can rock up in my dress, please. Okay, so that was that, and then basically the journey was on. I got my roommate, Tracy. Oh, Tracy. I love Tracy so much. She and I became quick friends. It didn't even take a night. We were like, hi. Actually, from the workshops, we clicked then. So when she made it into top 12 and I made it top 12, we're like, woo! And then when they put us together as roomies, I was like, we're meant to be. She's so sweet, like just the salt of the earth girl. So funny, so chilled, so honest, I just love her. I don't know, it was like looking at a mirror, because we were just like always vibing off each other. Mind you, I was luckily paired up with someone who isn't a neat freak. We were just like letting each other live our lives, okay? No one was like, yo, pick up this or move that. We were just existing. And our room, I think, was probably the messiest one, or maybe close to the messiest one, who knows? But we didn't really care too much about it. We're like, we're going through so many things, okay? The room can be messy. Yeah, that was one way we coped. So the night of top 12, so obviously throughout this whole week, all we were doing was spending hours on end in rehearsals. So we did dress rehearsals, we did non-dress rehearsals, we practiced the intro dance like 1,000 times, we learned a ballet routine, we did so many things. But luckily, you know, we had the Winter Country Club buffet to keep us company throughout this all. They treated us like queens, darling. Oh my gosh. I have so much love and respect for the staff at the hotel. They were so sweet. In fact, my mom used to work at Country Club like before before we went to the States. So late 90s, she used to be a housekeeping manager there. So, and a lot of the people who are still at the hotel are people she worked with and people who knew me and saw me as a kid in the hotel. So they were like, oh my gosh, you're so big now. And I'm like, you know me? It's like, so it was so cool. It was like being greeted by my aunts and every day it was just so nice and warm. It felt like she was there with me because we couldn't see our families, guys, okay? We were like, it was like we were on like, I don't know, like Survivor, or like I'm exaggerating, but Survivor's the first show to pop into my mind. Like one of those shows where you don't have your phone. We did have our phones, but we couldn't see our families. They could only come and drop things off and then go right off. So it was something. So we had to all lean on each other, lean on Audrey, and just to keep us going, because we weren't in touch with those people in our lives that generally keep us going. I mean, talking over the phone and seeing someone in person, and especially in that time and all that stress, you want to see your people in person. And then we also never really had time to talk on the phone because we were always up to something. So if we're not eating, getting ready for the next thing, rehearsing, we're sleeping because we're tired. But it was beautiful. That week in the country club was amazing. Wow. Thank you, country club. We made it, guys. We're finally talking about the crowning night, okay? Thank you for being patient. You guys are stars. I think I'm quite the storyteller, so I think this has been fun. I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun. Thumbs up if you're having fun. So the night of the crowning, right? Okay, we all wake up jittery. 2 days before then, we had our final interviews with now this big full panel of judges, and they asked all sorts of questions. Their questions were varying, y'all. They were all over the damn place. Okay, 1 minute they're gonna be asking you what you think about tourism, flora, fauna. The next they're gonna say, who's your biggest sports inspiration and why? Like, it was questions from anywhere. So the key thing that Mary, our show director, always told us when she was prepping us for questions was that you just need to be yourself, and you need to know who you are, so that when you're asked a question, you're not there digging deep for something that isn't there. So you need to know yourself, know what you think and feel about certain topics, so that you can just bring it out, you know, when you need to, because it's there, right? So I was like, I got this. I mean, that's how I always approach everything. I'm just like, got this. But of course, nervous as heck. We were so lucky to get a boutique to sponsor our outfits for the girls who wanted interview outfits. I didn't have another beautiful fuchsia pink suit to wear. I would have worn the same suit again, honestly. I think I was this close to wearing the same outfit, because I was like, they'll remember me. They'll know that I'm the girl with the pink suit. But luckily enough, I got a beautiful army green suit sponsored by a beautiful boutique, Grace's Boutique. So thank you so much to Grace. She also let us keep our outfits in the end, which was pretty sweet, because each of those pieces are so exquisite. Like, ooh. So I'm just remembering all the good stuff that came out of this journey, and it honestly just makes me smile. So big. Okay. So yeah, crowning night, everyone's nervous, we're getting our hair did. So this was the only time that now we had a hairstylist and we had hair and makeup, right? So they were doing my hair, and they asked me to straighten it, and they were just gonna straighten this front bit so that they could have something to sweep over in my face, because they were gonna give me a high bun, right? A high bun in a sweeping situation. I look like royalty. I remember when my hair was done, I was like, all I need is the crown right here. So yeah, they straightened my hair, which I didn't really have too much trouble with. I made peace with it. I was like, it was bound to happen eventually. I'm just not relaxing it, okay? Because I'm also a no heat on the hair human. I just don't like it. But I made an exception, and the hair looked great, and I was like, woohoo! Yeah, so they straightened that bit, and then they also straightened just bits around, so that when they put the hair up, it was nice and beautiful and flat. So I was like, okay, do what you gotta do. And it was time. It was show time, okay? Between all of this hair and makeup stuff, we're busy rehearsing questions. We're trying not to freak out, trying not to give up, you know, just like run away from it all. But also feeling really scared and nervous, because you're prepping for these questions in top 5, and you're scared because you're gonna be on stage and you have to answer questions and people are watching. So, I mean, everything else was just building up, plus the stress of all of the rehearsals, your body being tired, being emotionally tired. We used to have little mini cry parties with Audrey in Audrey's room. I remember there was actually a time that during, I think it was I can't remember which day it was. I think it was 2 days before the live event. Audrey asked the Miss Namibia organizers to let us get an hour with our families, and it was so sweet. And she told us that this was the first group, because she chaperoned previous Miss Namibia groups before. She told us that this was the first group that she ever made this exception for, and she just felt like we were such a special bunch and we just needed to see our people. So that was so sweet of her. laugh. Like, oh, it was so sweet. So as a thank you, we all arranged flowers for her. So we gave her a beautiful bouquet of flowers. She was just called to the reception of the hotel, like, oh, there's something here for you. And I remember she was so emotional. She cried, she teared up when she got them because she wasn't expecting it, and it was just so sweet. So yeah, big ups. I remember it was our queen Nadia who arranged those flowers, so that was so awesome. Such a beautiful moment because she did so much for us, so it was the least we could do. So crowning night went by just as fast as the winter bash, because I mean, once it's live TV, it's just like over. But within all of that, obviously I do remember the moment when top 5 was called. First, I remember when the awards were being given out, and I remember winning Public's Choice, guys. Thank you for voting. I couldn't believe it. I was beside myself. I was like, huh? That many people voted? You guys made that happen, and it's what my greatest joy. I'm so proud of it. Like, walking out of Miss Namibia with that title, I'm so happy because the people wanted me to win. And that is all I've ever wanted. I didn't care if I didn't get the crown. I was like, Public's Choice. And also, mind you, fun fact, Public's Choice, when it comes to other organizations, other Miss pageants, Public's Choice plays a very crucial role, and that girl who is awarded Public's Choice should immediately be pushed up to top 5. Did you guys know that? I don't know if the Miss Namibia organizers don't know this information, but you know, your girl was waiting to be called up in top 5. I definitely was. I was like, I won Public's Choice. I am in. I am within. Okay, so there I am standing with my Public's Choice. What was it? A poster, right? My award. Yes, my award. Standing there with my award, smiling, of course, because you just gotta keep it on when you're on stage, okay? No faces. So I'm there smiling, waiting. They called, I can't remember the order they called them in, but Nadia, Yana, Johanna. Who was next? Julita. And I'm like, okay, number 5 is me, it's all me. And they're like, Vara. And I'm like, but I'm still smiling because in my head I'm just like, they knew I would win. That's what I'm gonna tell myself for the rest of my life, guys. So just let me have it, okay? I felt like if I was put in the top 5, that crown would have been on my head that evening. Damn Skippy. I didn't get that far. Rejected 3 times to not win. Sway. So yeah, I mean, for me, it was such a beautiful end to it. I'm happy I walked away with Public's Choice. I also walked away with amazing new friendships and connections with amazing women. Oh, shout out to you guys. Top 30. What? All right. Everyone was just stellar. So what I did was go out. I went out, man. My family we were all ready. We were in a celebratory mood, okay? Celebratory mood. We were ready to turn up. So that's what we did. We went back to Deuce Cafe. Mind you, the crowning night was on the 6th of July, and my sister Celesta, the one who helped me with all my dresses and everything in this journey, my pageant mom, her birthday was on the 7th. So we sat there until that the clock struck 7 o'clock, okay? I mean, midnight for the 7th of July. So we could celebrate her, party it up. It was such a nice night. I ended that night really beautifully, and we got to sleep at the country club for one more evening. So that night I went back to the country club, honey, and I slept in those nice white sheets for one last time. Woke up early in the morning, took a nice shower, because we were also having breakfast with our queens, darling. So we were having breakfast with Nads, with Johanna, and with Julita. So most of the girls who could be there were there. Some girls did have to leave, and that was totally fine. You know, this whole thing was a lot. If it was time to go for you, you gotta do what's good for you. That was that, really. That's the end of it. So I'm gonna go into the questions now, guys. It's been a mouthful. My jaw hurts from talking. So I'm gonna keep these questions sweet, but not too sweet and short. So the first question is, do you feel like it was a costly journey to pursue? I would say yes and no. Because if you're gonna listen, which you should, listen to everything that the people, that your coaches say, especially during the top 30 workshops, and buy everything they suggest, then you're gonna overwhelm yourself. What you need to do is figure out what you have currently at home, whatever your sisters have, relatives, get everyone involved. Make this a family project, okay? And make sure you can get whatever you can from them without having to buy anything, especially when you're in the top 30 stage, because you're uncertain. You're not sure that you're gonna be in top 12 yet, right? So you need to be realistic, but then also give it your best shot. So that's what I did. The only thing I remember buying really was setting powder and lashes. Yeah, setting powder and lashes. That was like the few things that I had to, because Rika, thank you, has makeup, or I had brushes, and so we just congle things, honey. We make things happen. You have to have that spirit so that you don't get overwhelmed with feeling like you need to buy things and you don't fit in because you don't have A, B, or C. All right? So get that right. How was the experience for you, especially competing with your natural hair? I love this question. For me, competing with my natural hair was so fun. I loved it. I wanted to be definitely, I'm so happy I wasn't the only sister out there with natural hair. But it was something that I wanted to definitely stand firm in and not let anybody make me feel like, oh no, maybe. And I remember there were people who were telling me that I should straighten out my hair, that a girl with natural hair has never won, and blah, 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 blah. Weave, wear weave, what? Relax. I was just like, mind your business. You know, I really didn't want too much outside influence when it came to this journey. That's why I just had my close few people advising me about it. I really was not opening. This wasn't a community project, right? It was me and my family trying to make this thing happen. So I didn't really listen too much to people who told me anything negative about my natural hair, because it is beautiful. It is the way it grows out of my scalp, honey, and I love it. So I want to love it and hopefully inspire other people to love their own hair, because guys, I mean, that's all we got. All right, just like figure out what you got and make it work. And two, this is why I say that I wasn't ready back then, because I think if I had been given a chance to take part during one of those 3 chances that I was rejected, I think I would have listened to some dumbass advice like that about relaxing my hair or something, or cutting it off, or I don't know. I just feel like I would have been swayed. I didn't have that mental clarity, that mental growth, that self-awareness to just be like, nah, not for me. Thanks though. So yeah, you know, that's why things also, everything happens in due time, and we shouldn't be in a hurry, especially if it's something that you know you're not going to give up on and hustle for. Just don't stop. Just keep going. Keep going. In my opinion, what is beauty? What is beauty in an African woman context? In my opinion, I would say beauty in an African context is a woman who is real, raw, unapologetic. She is her true self, whatever that looks like to her, and that's all. You know, she's grinding, she's working on improving herself. That's what I think beauty is somebody who is constantly trying to be a better version of themselves, and is just trying to contribute to the world in whatever way they can through their skills and their talents. That's what I think beauty is in an African context, because women, and African women are beautiful, strong, and powerful, and we are so much more than our looks. So I think we need to celebrate that side of us way more and highlight it way more. So that's what's beautiful to me in a woman. Yeah. What impact did taking part in the contest have on you? So I came out of the pageant way more self-aware. I was tip-top with my time management. Like, hey, honey, I get so annoyed when people are late now. Don't arrange nothing with me and be late, okay? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I'm always on time or early now, okay? So I learned how to polish up my time management. I learned how to really find my voice and speak up on things that matter to me. I think I was really quiet a lot before, especially on social media. I didn't really want to talk much. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I would mostly post photos, or if it's a video, it's of me exercising. And it opened me up. I remember I started doing IGTVs. I was sharing my natural hair routines. I did a Q&A on health and fitness. So you guys can check those out too. They are on my Instagram. On my Instagram IGTV. So it just opened me up. I found my voice and I loved hearing it. So I was like, let me talk. Yeah, that's the impact, really. Growth, more growth, because my self-growth journey is continuous. I know it's something that I'm going to be doing every day. Every day is a learning opportunity. Every day is a day for me to improve myself and for me to contribute and to serve and to help and to, just be love and spread love. So it helped me along in that way. And be more open to other women. Oh my gosh, like I think growing up, for some reason, I think maybe all the sisters, I always felt like we were all competing all the time. And this is the general energy too. Even women aren't really necessarily told to empower and support each other. It's more about, oh, she has that. Oh Lord, I want that, or I'm jealous, or oh, I got this. I can't tell her how I got my hair like this, or and it's just petty stuff. And none of the girls were that way at all, and it was just so beautiful to see and be around it and know that it's possible. So after that, I'm just like, this is the woman I want to be. If you could impart one life skill to young girls, what would it be? A life skill. I want to impart, the first thing that came to my mind, honestly, is resilience. I really think that we need to develop and work on being resilient, not being put off by bumps in the road or people or naysayers, or even yourself, you telling yourself no. Sometimes, there's a quote that says, it's none of your business what you think about yourself sometimes. You just have to put it away. So just to be resilient in every aspect of that word, and in every aspect that you needed to pull from that, to grow with it, to learn from being resilient, to be open, to find your talents and your skill. I'm rambling a lot, but he said one life skill. Yes, I'll stop there. Resilience. Resilience would be the skill that I would want to impart on young girls. Resilience, which immediately ties into hard work, because you can't be resilient and be a lazy bum. Resilience embodies hard work, passion, service, all of these beautiful things that I wish to see in the world, in young girls. So yes, what would you do differently? I don't want to live a life of regret. So in order for me to do that, I try and be as present as possible in every moment and situation. And this heightened awareness is finding me recently, 21 days ago. In fact, I started an abundance challenge that really helped me learn how to just be in tune with my everyday life, every present moment. So because of that, I don't want to go back and change anything. I wouldn't do anything differently. I felt like I needed to be who I was in that moment. I needed to grow and learn through the things that happened, so I wouldn't change anything. Any tips, any pageant tips that I still use today? Yes, time management, of course. Also learning to greet and practicing to greet everyone you see. If you make eye contact with someone, just smile or say hi, or just to spread light and joy in those small ways in my daily life. It's really rewarding, actually. It makes you feel warm and fuzzy when somebody returns a kind gesture like that. So going around with that energy, that's also something I picked up on. And like I mentioned, confidence, self-awareness, learning to love and appreciate and respect other women, knowing that because they're taking up space, it has nothing to do with my space being potentially less, right? So that we can all take up as much space as we need to as individuals, and then we can come together and also be pretty great. I thought that was gonna be like a 15-minute video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This video is obviously not 15 minutes, but I hope you enjoyed it. I clipped out as much as I could because sometimes I do tend to ramble, but hey, I hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any additional questions, I'll be answering them in the comments. You can just drop them down below. I may have missed out some things. This is honestly like an hour-long conversation video situation, but I'm trying not to do that. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in my next video. And if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please leave them down below in the description box. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.